Some of you may know this channel for talking about stocks, but did you know according to YouTube's data analytics, some viewers have found this channel by searching for thoughts? I wonder how that could be the case. But we won't be talking about any thoughts today, just my thoughts on dividend growth investing. Today we're going to be going over all of the passive dividend income I have made in the last month. As a reminder, this is money company sent straight to me for not lifting a single finger. There's no gimmicks, it's just me investing in great companies. Remember, I make these videos every month, sharing exactly what companies pay me and just showcasing that dividend snowball, just continuing to build and build every single month. Last month was actually the first time in my 3-year investing career that my net worth had actually decreased, meaning I was worth more entering the month than I was leaving it. But March was a great month for the stock market, and my net worth more than made up for that small blimp I had last month. This is just further proof that the long-term buy and hold strategy is king, and it helps me avoid making emotional decisions in the market. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as it really is the best way to help a small-time channel like mine grow, and it also encourages me to put out more content. It wasn't all good news though as we look at my options income. To start off the year in January and February, I was easily making well over $300, but it really cooled down this past month of March to just $166. This was primarily because of the NEO put that I got assigned. My average cost on those shares is in the high 50s, and NEO just tanked ever since then. But I certainly think it will recover in share price. They actually just reported recently that they delivered over 20,000 vehicles in Q1. That's a 423% increase year over year. So definitely see NEO stock price going back up, and then I'll be able to make more in options income. Though $166, that's not too bad either, especially if you factor in March of 2020. I wasn't making any income because I wasn't doing any options trading at the time. Then I really just took the time to educate myself about it and found that it's a great way to also make passive income. So currently just buying my time and really doing some far out of the money calls on NEO for smaller premiums. I've also been doing some options trading on Palantir as well. If you have any great stocks that you do options trading on, please let me know in the comments. I'm always looking at expanding the stocks that I do it on and having a rotation that works for me. In terms of companies raising their dividends this past month, we had Applied Materials raise theirs 9.1%, from 22 cents every quarter to now 24 cents every quarter. Applied Materials has actually been arguably the greatest investment I have ever actually made from a simple capital appreciation perspective. Believe it or not, I know that's hard to believe. Last month, we had 3M raise their dividend by a whole 1%. Then Realty Income, not Reality, they said, hold my beer, and raised theirs a whole 0.2%. But hey, at the end of the day, that's still better than no pay raise at all. And of course, your employer never guarantees you any sort of raise. Now, for the actual reason why you clicked on this video, and that's for the actual dividends I received in the month of March. Now, March is in that tranche that is considerably bigger than my other months. So let's get into all the dividends I received this month. So I had Pfizer pay me a whole $5.07. Obviously, Pfizer is in the news a lot these days. Let's just hope that it remains in a good spotlight and not a bad one. Then we have Starbucks paying me a whole $5.85. Starbucks is a stock that I haven't bought in a long time. Share price has certainly recovered since last year, but hoping to get more of a dip before I buy into more shares of them. Then we have the old reliable utilities company, Southern Company, pay me a whole $7.04. So they pay a pretty high yield, but there's not much capital appreciation going on with them. Then we have a stock I recently just bought this past week, and that is Johnson & Johnson, a dividend king, $7.07 from Johnson & Johnson. Basically like owning a healthcare ETF with all the different products and services that they offer. Like Pfizer, J&J is in the news a lot. Let's just hope that it remains positive news. All right, moving on here, we have Exxon Mobil paying me a whole $6.09. So all those people that were so angry last year and said that, oil is never going to recover. We're just going to stop using oil altogether in 2021 when the stock price just plummeted. It has recovered pretty well since then. If you were greedy when others were fearful, you got in at some really high starting yields and got some great capital appreciation by now. That of course doesn't mean that Exxon will continue to do great in the future, but I think a lot of that negative sentiment that people had in the past year was way too over exaggerated, and glad to see them doing well again. Then we have Otter Tails paying me a whole 39 cents for the one share that I own of them. And then we have one of my favorite stocks in Microsoft paying me a whole $6.72. Then we have Prudential Financial. I bought this at the best time last year, right when C19 happened. Their stock price absolutely plummeted like 70%. and I got in at a great starting yield, got in at super cheap, and the stock price has really risen. I don't think it's quite back to where it was before C19, but my entry point on this was fantastic. Still, even today, it has a great starting yield. Got paid $12.65 from them. And then we have Honeywell. They paid me $7.44. These industrial stocks like 3M, in addition to Honeywell, they've just been doing very well recently. The whole industrial sector actually as a whole. So $11.84 from 3M. Glad to see that their share price is finally recovering. They've been sub 200 for the longest time. So glad to see them back there. And then my 3M dividends actually reinvested into buying more of this great company. So I got 0.06 of a share back. Then we have McDonald's at $9.03. Hope that the chicken sandwiches that they're working on continue to drive people into McDonald's, but I have a feeling that they're going to be successful, even if that doesn't light the world on fire. So $9.03 from them. Then we have another real estate company, and Realty Income. As we mentioned, they did have that dividend increase of a whole 0.02%. And then I also have drip enabled on O as well. So glad to see them buying itself every single month. It's going to continue to buy more and more of itself. So really, it's a way to get compound interest on steroids, is utilizing that drip program. Next stock is Duke, a utilities company. They paid me $13.51. Then we have the data center REIT Equinix. So I now have 3 shares of them. They pay out $8.61 to me every single quarter. Moving on, we have one of my best performing stocks of all time, and that is Applied Materials. Not super popular here on YouTube. I'm one of the few YouTubers, I think, that does have it. So they pay me $4.62, but the capital appreciation on AMAT has been outstanding. Moving on, we have another reliable stock in United Health Group. They paid me $6.25. I believe I own 5 shares of them, just over $1,000 in equity, so that is very nice. Then we have Bank of America paying me $6.12. These bank stocks have really recovered very well since C19 started. So if you were able to get in on those when they were down, man, you've made some very good money. And then this is really exciting, guys. For the first time ever, I got paid a dividend from Nusi. That's right, I entered in this position. I've been buying pretty aggressively every single week, adding in a few $100s. So Nusi, check out my video on it if you have no idea what this is. It does a somewhat similar strategy to QILD, where they're doing options trading to generate premiums, and then they do pay out monthly dividends, pretty high yield. Nusi is about a little over 7 to 8%, but I think the way that they do it is a lot safer. So they're going to be paying me monthly dividends from here on out, so $3.50. I can already guarantee that's going to be bigger next month, just because I've been buying so many shares. So glad to lose my Nusi virginity this month. All right, so the next stock we have is Waste Management at $4.60. Just recently made a video about this, so check that out if you want to know more about why I think Waste Management is also a great dividend stock. Then we have another oil titan here in Royal Dutch Shell. They pay me $4.66. So I did buy a few shares of Shell back when they were at their bottom, and I've been paid pretty handsomely since then. Then we have QILD, which I mentioned briefly before. They are another monthly paying dividend ETF. They paid me $22.39 this past month. So I'm on a brief pause from buying more QILD. I actually just got to 100 shares of them, and then I'm working on getting to 100 shares of Nusi, and then I might consider buying more into QILD. For now, there's no drip enabled on QILD, but that is something I'm considering changing for the future. Just a reminder, guys, if you guys are liking the content, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And also leave a comment for me on what your biggest dividend paying stock was for the month of March. Next on our list, we have the monthly paying ETF Sphd. This is supposed to be a high dividend, low volatility stock. So they have increased in share price here recently. For the longest time, I was down on this position. This is another one that I haven't added to in quite some time. I just leave it in the portfolio. Next stock is Nvidia at just under $1, just 96 cents from them. So Nvidia, the share price just continues to rocket, but the dividends that they pay has been staggered at around 17 cents for a couple of years. So I would like to see them increase that dividend payment just a little bit more. They definitely have the funds to do so. Then we have the soft drink company in Pepsi. They of course also make a lot of food products. $7.16 from Pepsi. And then another great industrial stock, Union Pacific. They paid me $4.85. And then, oh boy, you knew it was coming. We have Woca Cola, guys. Woca Cola. They paid me a whole $7.62. It'll be interesting to see if this whole boycott Woca Cola movement has any actual material impact on Woca Cola. My prediction is that people will eventually just start to forget about it, and at the end of the day, it's not really going to hurt KO that much anyway. So $7.62 from them. I also do have a drip going on with Woca Cola. May have to reconsider doing that drip. Just kidding, guys. I'm going to continue to hold on to them just because I do think they will continue to pay out great dividends and make good products for the future. Altogether, I had 27 different companies / ETFs pay me a total of $183.88. This represents a 173% increase year over year from last March, when I only made $67. In fact, in March of 2019, I only made $26. And then in 2018, March of 2018, I only made a whole 50 cents. So dividend growth investing, it's not the only way to grow rich. In fact, it's probably even not the most efficient way for someone as young as me to grow rich, because you do have to pay taxes all along the way. But if you like predictable cash flow and have that increasing snowball of dividends coming in every single month, that's why I love this method. Though that doesn't mean I only focus on dividend stocks these days. My goal by the end of the year is to get each month over $150. The March, June, September, December tranche, yeah, no worries there. We've already accomplished that goal. But these other months, that's where it's really going to be a challenge. But having high monthly yielders like NUSI and QILD, that certainly helps. $183, that's enough to pay, maybe for a few utility bills, buy some Chipotle with guac, but it's certainly not enough to live off of just yet. I also probably still make more money at my job going to the bathroom, but every month that gets us much closer to our financial freedom goals. Know that I make these videos every month, and all I ask is that you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. It really helps me know that these are the type of videos that you want to see in the future. Remember, you could always find me wherever you get your podcast under the Collect Cash podcast. And I will buy, stash, collect cash you later.